Pose.
She said, well, como estás? She said, konnichiwa. She said, pardon my friends. I said, pardon my dog. Welcome to Vlogmas Day. Welcome to Vlogmas Day 4. And today, we're going to be doing a story time. I don't even remember last time. 1 second, my baby's finna fall out. Today, we're going to be doing a story time. I don't even remember last time I did a story time, but this is a long awaited story time. So yeah, today's story time going to be, I found out I was pregnant, but I am really hungry, so we're just going to turn this into a mukbang. I'm going to go to McDonald's, get me a little Big Mac. I'm going to go to Zaxby's, get me some cheesecake bites, and then we're going to get into it. I just got to put on me and both of our clothes, and then we'll be good to go out the door. So, I'm going to catch y'all when I'm at McDonald's and Zaxby's. We at Mickey D's. What are we going to get to eat? I want to get Nana something, but he can't really eat it. Is that crazy that I want to get him something that he can't even eat? Let's see what I want. Y'all, this Zaxby's is literally taking forever. I'm trying to save my sweet tea for my drink. That made no sense. I'm trying to save my sweet tea for my food. So I'm drinking Nana's water that I got him, but they need to hurry up. Alright, so I got me a Big Mac meal. I was gonna say, why they ain't put no Big Mac sauce on my Big Mac? Let me get it situated with my food, and then we're gonna get right into the story time.
Wow. I told you.
You were thirsty.
I was thirsty.
Yummy in my tummy. Alright, we all settled now, so let's just get right into it. So, I'm gonna start when I had the car accident. Because during that time, I was pregnant too, because the car accident happened in September, but they said that I got pregnant in July. So I was pregnant in September, but I did not know that. So the day of the car accident, I was already feeling a little uneasy. When I eat, food wasn't tasting right. I didn't have no appetite. I just wasn't feeling like myself. So that day of the accident, I went to go get my man. We was gonna have this Panera pizza or whatever. It was like a craving. I wanted that pizza so bad. Out of all the things that I did not want to eat, I wanted that pizza. So that's why I was adamant about getting that pizza. And mind y'all, I've never ate at Panera a day in my life. I still haven't. I never got to eat the pizza. By that time, my period was already late. But I didn't pay no attention to it because it's always late. Whether it's a couple days a week, maybe 2 weeks. So being pregnant was really the last thing on my mind. I was not thinking about that at all. Yeah, it slipped my mind. It crossed my mind, but it wasn't an actual thought. What if I am? What if I am? Okay, so we got in a car accident, whatever. Now, after that, I really didn't have no appetite because I was already sad about us not having a car. That was literally our only car. My mama was mad at me, everything. So I went to my man's house because we was having a little date or whatever. We went bowling, and I was feeling sick that whole day. I'm like, something's not right. So we went to one of my favorite restaurants. It's called Carolina Ale House. And I get the same thing every time. When I have my set restaurants, I always have a set meal that I always eat when I get there. And that was my favorite burger ever. Well, wait a minute. I want to say ever, but it was my favorite burger there. And I got there not thinking nothing of it. It comes to the table. Every bite that I took, I'm on the verge of throwing up. And I'm not a throw up type of person. My stomach is not weak at all. I don't have stomach bugs and stuff like that. So it was very unusual for me to barely could hold my food down. Like, this wasn't like a, oh, my stomach hurt. This was like, I'm finna throw up all over this table right here, right now. And he was like, if you need to go to the bathroom, just go to the bathroom. Who knew a mukbang would be this hard to do? Like, why can't I talk and eat at the same time? But, so he was like, if you need to go to the bathroom, just go to the bathroom. I'm like, I know if I go to the bathroom, I'm gonna throw up, and I just hate throwing up. So I held it in, surprisingly, because I've never felt like that in like years. So that's what made me think like, okay, I probably am pregnant. And he kept telling me, and I'm like, nah, my period gonna come, it's gonna come, it's gonna come. Yeah, I was like, I probably am pregnant, but I kept ignoring it just for the fact, like, it was just like, okay, if I am, what I'm gonna do. But it never gave, like, getting up, because that's just not, not nobody that do it. But me personally, I stick to my morals, and I feel like that's morally not right. Like, that's not a right thing to do, and I wouldn't do that regardless of what the circumstances is. Let's fast forward a week or a week and a half. So he's telling me, he was like, you just need to take the test. Like, we know you is, but let's just take it, just to be for sure. I kept ignoring the fact that I knew that I was, because it's just like, you just know, like, I don't really know how to explain it. Me and him talked about it a couple times, about how I just need to go ahead and take the test, whatever. And he was the one really like motivating me to take the test, just to be for sure, because I just didn't want to take it and it come up positive. I'm like, okay, now what? Yeah, I didn't have a car at the time. I live with my mama. Me and my man, we don't live together. We broke. Like, we don't have the funds to be taking care of a whole baby. So that's why I didn't really want to know for real, because I didn't want to face my reality. But the longer I waited, the worse it was going to get, because just like, okay, if I just know for sure now, I can go ahead and start preparing and getting everything together. After my little sister went to school, he got an Uber to my house, and we were just chilling, whatever. Wait, back up. So yeah, that night we was talking about how I just need to take the test. I'm like, okay, cool. Let me just prepare myself to take it. So then, that whole night, like, I was just up, like, I could not go to sleep that whole night, because, like, I know it's gonna sound crazy, but I literally felt like the DNA strands DNAing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, something is, like, forming inside of me. Like, I really felt like that. Like, I don't know how else to explain it. I hope somebody else felt that way, like, when they were pregnant, because, like, you know exactly what I'm talking about, but, yeah. I'm like, something is there, definitely. So that whole night, I could not go to sleep at all. Like, I was up probably till like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. I'm looking up how I found out I was pregnant videos, how I told my mom I was pregnant, how I told my boyfriend I was pregnant, finding out I was pregnant. Like, anything about pregnancy was on my search history that whole night. That's all I was looking at. I was looking at TikToks, YouTube videos, Google, everything. As I'm watching all these videos, it's like really pushing me to like, it's really pushing me to like, just go ahead and get it over with, find out if I'm actually pregnant or not. Mind y'all, by this time, my period already, how late was I? I'd say about 2 months late. And on top of that, when I'm like downing in my feelings, when I was downing in my feelings about the car wreck, I sleep a lot. Like, I just rather go to sleep than to stay up thinking about something all the time. So that's another symptom that I noticed, but it really wasn't clicking like, okay, you're pregnant. You know what I'm saying? So I was sleeping like majority of my day away. Like, y'all don't understand. Like, I was sleeping so much. I'm like, something is just not right. Like, why am I sleeping this much? I can barely stay up. Time I get up, I'm still tired. So when I looked that up, there was another pregnancy symptom. So I'm like, yeah, God is telling you to take that test, honey. Yeah, next day come, he get an Uber to my house. We chilling, whatever. He was like, okay. I was telling him, I was like, we might as well just take it. Now, all this time before, I said, let's do it. He was like, okay, you need to take the test, you need to take the test, you need to take the test. Then when I'm ready to take the test, now you nervous. Now, baby, you can't be nervous. And I just got over my nervousness. Now, see, now you're making me back nervous. Again, no car, so I DoorDashed the pregnancy test to the house. And got me a little cup, honey. Peed in the cup, honey. Dipped the test in there. Time I dipped the test in the cup, the 2 lines pop up. But I ignored it because I'm like, I'm tripping. Because it said it'd take like a couple minutes before the results pop up, but they popped up like that. And I'm like, I know I don't see no 2 lines, but I'm just going to ignore it. Whatever. So, we set the timer. I look at the test. Well, not me, but we look at the test. It said positive. It was like even more of a shock because like we actually see the proof right there in our hands. We're like, okay, like it's actually real now. What we finna do and how we finna do this. Me, I always wanted kids young, just so I could live a longer life with them. But 18, I was thinking more like 22-ish to have my first child. So for me to have my first child when I was 18, I think, yeah. It was like, oh my gosh. I really wasn't mad at the fact that I was pregnant. It was more so, I know how my mama gonna feel about this, and I live with her, and I don't have no car. So, but thank God, like all of that got figured out about the whole car situation. Like, I literally got my car right before I had him, like probably like two weeks before I had him. I had just got my car. So God is good. But the telling my mama part, I was trying to ignore that to the best of my ability. So when we found out, whatever, he didn't say much, but because like he knew that I was pregnant, because he just felt that, but he didn't say much in that moment, and I didn't either, because we're just like stuck, like what we finna do. I'm immediately like, I need to make my doctor's appointment, and me and him both agreed not to tell anybody as soon as we found out, because we just wanted to make sure that Nana was healthy and everything was gonna be smooth before we said anything. So I don't know if I made my doctor's appointment that same day or the day after, but it wasn't too far off. Like, it had to be the day of or the day after. Then I called the doctors. In that moment, I was really thinking like, I'm happy that I can raise somebody the way that I want it to be raised, in a sense. Like, not that my mama did anything wrong, but I just feel like things could have been done differently. So now that I get a chance to do that to him, love that for me. I really need to get me a camera ASAP, because my phone literally just cut off because it said it was too hot. But I basically was just saying, now that I get a chance to raise somebody how I want to be raised, like, that was a great feeling for me. But what wasn't a great feeling was that I needed to get me a better job or get a raise or something, because the amount that I was making plus all the bills that I was paying was not going to be adding up to providing for a child. So that's my only concern that I had, and also telling my mother. So after I found out, whatever, I started wearing more like looser clothing just so she wouldn't have no thought. Even when I was feeling nauseous when I was eating or wasn't eating as much, I was trying to like cover it up in a sense so she don't be like, oh, she throwing up, like she probably pregnant, da da da. Because she already had thoughts about me getting pregnant at an early age, basically. So she always tried to talk to me about birth control, this and that. I'm like, I'm not trying to hear that. I still am against birth control. So she already felt some type of way about me getting pregnant early before I even got pregnant. You know what I'm saying? So I already knew how telling her was gonna be. So I've been going to my doctor's appointments. I've been getting Ubers. I purposely planned my doctor's appointments when she was at work. And I said I had about 2 or 3 doctor's appointments before I told her. And how I told her was they gave me this packet when I first went to the doctor's appointment, and I left it at my boyfriend's house because she, you know, like sometimes like your mama like just come in your room, start cleaning up stuff and start finding stuff. Like I didn't even want that to be the case. Like I didn't want her to find out about me being pregnant outside of me. So I kept all the pregnancy tests, all of that at his house. I don't know how I ended up getting the folder back, but they basically gave me a folder. It just had a bunch of like pregnancy stuff in there, like how to take care of yourself, what you can eat, what you can't eat, how to prepare this and that. So whatever. This was a Friday on my doctor's appointment. I remember because she don't work on Fridays. And she took my little sister to school. Pretty sure we had our rental car by then. I don't know. My memory's kind of messed up, but I remember she took my little sister to school, so I purposely got me an Uber to my doctor's appointment. And she texted me, she was calling me, she was like, where you at, da da da. And I was like, I'll tell you when I get back. Because I've been dreading to tell her, but I don't want to keep dragging it on. Like, it's just so aggravating, like, just keeping it to myself, you know? I got back, she was on the phone. And I'm like, okay, good, I got couple more minutes to like get myself together before I get cussed out. So she on the phone, she was like, you know, she on the phone but she mad, and she was like, I'm just like, get off the phone first, then I'll tell you. So I actually didn't come out and say like I'm pregnant. I gave her the folder. On the front it had like some kids and it had some parents with their kids on the cover of the folder. Then she opened it, she seen like Planned Parenthood or something like that. She was like, so you pregnant? I said, yep. And then, oh wait, okay, let me finish this. So I was like, yep. And then she was like, I told you not to be doing that, da da da. So as she going off of me, I just went upstairs because I don't got time to hear that. Oh, before I was like, I said, and don't say nothing negative or something. I told her because like I don't want to hear nothing negative, but that was her first reaction. I don't blame her for that. Like, you don't want your daughter to get pregnant at 18, understandable, but at the end of the day, it's my life. I'm grown now, so don't matter. She going off on me, I'll just go upstairs. She's still talking about it. Y'all know how black parents get, like they gonna keep going till they mouth dry out. He wanna be in the video so bad. I really ain't say much because like what else is there to say? Like I just don't like going back and forth over something that's already done and can't be taken back. Like the car wreck, she got mad at me or whatever, and she wanted me to be mad at the situation as much as she was. But it's just like, how mad can we get though? Like, your car is totaled, you're not getting it back, they don't make another model, they don't make the same color, you can't get the same car back. Sorry, like I don't know what else to tell you. So that's kind of the same energy I was putting towards that, but I didn't blame her. I don't put no blame on her for how she reacted. I do wish she could have said something more uplifting in a way, like, oh, is the baby healthy or this and that. But she did eventually ask that, but not in that moment, because you know, like that was just her first instinct, like to be angry and sad about it. So yeah, she ain't talked to me for like a week, maybe 2 weeks. But then she came around, she started checking up on me. asking me about how the doctor's appointment's going and like giving me advice on like what should I get him and stuff. Now, as far as how he told his people as far as how he told his people that I was pregnant and stuff like that, I really don't know how that went. So me and him gonna do a video together soon, and we'll probably talk about that. But yeah, that's it. That's how I found out I was pregnant. Make sure y'all like, comment. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, turn on your post notifications so you don't miss another video. Comment some more videos y'all want to see from me down below. And I'll see y'all tomorrow on the next video. Alright.